Yo, what's good people? It's Too Busy Gaming. We're live, we're direct, and we are in full effect. And today, we're live with a brand new video for Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion. Yes, massive shout out to the family over at Square Enix for blessing me with an early copy of the game. We've been running it up, playing through, reliving the memories of the amazing 2007 title, and I have to say this game is fantastic. But I'm here to let you guys know, obviously for those people that are super interested in Final Fantasy VII since playing Remake, what is Crisis Core actually about? How can I get into it? What should I expect? And is it a good game overall? Let me break it down for you. Now, if you like this type of video, drop a like, comment down below, and let me know who is your favorite protagonist and antagonist. I'd love to hear everyone's thoughts on which is their favorite game and why they like that character, and of course the character that they are aiming to slay at the end of the game. Please let me know down below. I'll be responding with my favorites. Also, let me know if you're a fan of this type of video. I'd love to do more Crisis Core videos, maybe break down some more of the mechanics, some of the items, the shop, the bosses, the enemies, different missions. I'd love to bring that forward. Of course, like I said, if you enjoy it, drop a sub. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let's do this. Now, if you're like me and you're a massive fan of Final Fantasy VII, and of course, the most earliest release being Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you have that itch to scratch, Crisis Core Reunion will do exactly that, whilst diving deeper into the rich realm of 7 entirely. Of course, there's gonna be some stuff that you kind of played throughout Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you thought, I don't know who this person is, I don't know why this character's there, and I don't know why this character's chasing me. I need more information, please. This is where Crisis Core Reunion steps in. Now, to start things off, you're going to be playing as Zack, and listen, I know you're going to be thinking, where on earth is Cloud? Where's my Buster wielding, Sephiroth slaying, calm-headed character at? Zack is that guy. Yeah, let's just put something out on the table first. Zack is really that guy. Zack is the protagonist, like I mentioned, you'll be playing as a hype and young soldier, bolstering a lot of heart and promise. Zack is set out to investigate a recent mass disappearance of soldier members, and that's when the story begins to truly unfold. Whilst playing as Zack, you'll uncover the truth about the boy destined to save the people of the world. This game, bear in mind, is set 7 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII happens, so be prepared to dive in to some hidden truths. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion is a HD retelling of the original that dropped back in 2007 and a prequel to Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake. So this should fill those gaps for you, just in case you've really studied the story and you just want to indulge in the rich story being Final Fantasy VII. You just want to fill those plot holes a bit more for yourself. Now, the visuals, as amazing as they were back then, alongside the audio, have all been reworked for this new retelling. The gameplay has also been tweaked and improved to add numerous quality of life enhancements, which make the gameplay options feel smoother and closer to the Final Fantasy VII Remake's fluidity. This is amazing, as Crisis Core was fantastic back in the day, but obviously there was a few things that could have made the game a whole lot better, more fun to enjoy, and of course, different options like the camera movement and, you know, targeting system just could have been tweaked to make the gameplay feel a lot smoother. However, with the successful release of Final Fantasy VII Remake, those overall quality of life changes just made the game feel amazing, and that's what they've incorporated in this new retelling. This makes Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion the perfect companion to Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, like I touched on, this gameplay is very similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, but at home with Reunion, as the system ultimately plays the same as the old version. Crisis Core Reunion adopts the real-time battle system and utilizes strategic elements to give it that nostalgic feel Final Fantasy VII once had. Chain basic attacks, summons, elemental materia, then flip the script and up your defensive game by executing a quick dodge roll or a guard to get out of harm's way. Now, these are different things that you have to kind of incorporate in your gameplay, because trust me, you get the sword, you get different actions, different materia, different combos that you just want to unleash on a weaker enemy, but the enemy will strike back, and I'm telling you, as the enemy is striking back every now and again, your health is slowly chipping away. You just gotta be a little bit more tactical about how you do play the game. Of course, when you get to a certain point in the game where you are super strong, your material is leveled up, everything is just end game, that's when you can go crazy. But as you are progressing through the game, you will meet harder enemies and more difficult bosses. That's when you just want to take the time, slow down, understand the mechanics of the game, and breathe in between different fights. The actions listed before makes for some intuitive gameplay that blends the pros from Crisis Core and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. You're able to hack and slash away, but like I said, be tactical about it. Stun an enemy, then go to town when the DMW has given you the Octa slash that you need. Now you're most probably thinking, what on earth is the DMW? For Final Fantasy VII Remake players, the DMW stands for Digital Mind Wave. This was of course in the original 2007 release and kept true to its OG form. This almost adds a fresh take to each enemy encounter that actually plays a part in the story and battles, but I'll leave that for you to figure out while you play the game. It does play a crucial part in how you play Zack and what moves come out and little cinematics that happens, but I'm gonna be quiet. Listen, get the game. When you play it and the DMW starts rolling for different cinematics, you'll understand why I'm leaving it up to you. Other in-game actions are accessed through the DMW, such as limit breaks, chocobo mode, and more. However, do be mindful that you may also encounter duds. Now, duds, just like anything, you might think that you've rolled something that is fantastic, you're about to go crazy, let off some black materia. Sometimes you get let down, but again, I'm gonna leave that for you to figure out and be stressed out about when it happens. Landing 3 of the same character in the slots will grant you access to a unique and special action. So channel all of your RNG energy when you see the slots in the top left start rolling. You are gonna see some familiar faces when the DMW starts rolling as well. Listen, pray for some of the better combos, because when you get them, after executing your hack and slash, the materia and all of that stuff, and then you can end it with that special character interaction, that's going to be the one. You'll see some familiar faces such as Cloud, Aerith and Sephiroth, alongside some newer faces such as Angeal and Genesis, but I'll leave it up to you to unfold their story as well. Not only have the characters returned, but their voice actors have also returned from Final Fantasy VII Remake as well, so you'll feel at home with the characters if you played through the remake. Other returning and familiar features are summons, limit breaks, and of course the simple yet complex materia are back in full effect. Not just elemental, but they will provide Zack with new abilities. So one of my biggest pieces of advice is explore the side missions, some of the missions that are accessible through the save points, as you will get some exclusive materia, some exclusive materials and different things that will also work towards a progress bar. Once you get those, you'll be laughing, because those specific type of items and materia and stuff like that, they're only accessible through doing those. So definitely take some time out whilst you're playing through the game and just focus on that a little bit. Now, to round it out, I know I mentioned before that the gameplay is very similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Of course, the mechanics does, the way how you attack, the way I use material, all of that stuff, down to the menu and customizing your character, all of that is extremely similar to the remake. But do be mindful that when you are actually playing the game and you're roaming the areas, the game does operate in zones, and with being on the next gen consoles, the game loads super quick. You have different encounters and you can also avoid encounters. Now that in this type of game is amazing, because it really does take a hold of the new technology that these next gen consoles are actually offering. So embrace it, as that is still staying true to Crisis Core back in 2007. And I have no doubt that as a Final Fantasy VII player, you definitely will enjoy it. And that about wraps it up. If you do have any questions or anything that you kind of want to ask me, definitely leave them in the comment section down below after you let me know who your protagonists and antagonists are in any of the Final Fantasy games, and I'll definitely hit you back with the answer to any of your questions. However, it's Too Busy Gaming. I'm out of here. Till the next one. Peace.